What's up, y'all? What is up? How is everybody doing today, man? You guys already know it is your boy B, and I am here tonight because wow, I haven't went live in a long time, and it's been for, I don't want to say a good purpose or a good reason, but it has been for a reason. Okay, I've been really locked into a bunch of things. I'm currently sick, so please forgive me if I cough once in a while. As you guys can see, as you guys probably can see on that couch behind me, I've been putting in that work. Okay, I've been putting in a lot of work today, and I will continue to do that. But I really want to bring you guys this live for if you're somebody that may be watching this after I get off, or you may be somebody watching it currently. What I want you to understand is we are going to have a whole little update today because I have not went live in a while, and I want you guys to be able. I don't like this little background thing I got on TikTok, guys. But I want you guys to be able to see what we are offering, what we have accomplished. A lot of things have been done. And I will be lying to you guys if I told you everything was smooth, but I will tell you that we have revamped every single course. We have revamped every single guide, every single worksheet, PDF. We have also added templates to HustlerTaughtMe.com. So I've done a bunch of the work to improve, update, and also curate products to consistently stay up to date so that you guys get the results that you guys would like, right? Whether it is the phone flipping price list. So I'm excited to show you guys a few things. And if you guys didn't already see, it's a whole rebrand on the website as well. The website used to not look like this. This is the logo that we have currently as well. So a bunch of things have been updated and upgraded, and that is not by any fault. It's because as I progress, I would like my brand to progress. I would like for me to be able to help you guys progress. And what does a true leader do? A true leader helps others, right? So as you guys see, the buyer's phone flipping price list, it is right here. It is the same thing, but let's see if I can get this for you guys. Let's see if it's up. Okay, it is now phone flipping buyers price list, the 50 verified phone buyers list. And I'm actually talking to someone currently about this price list. So I would break it down for you guys as well, because I just got off of a phone call with a student and I was on TikTok live. Make sure you guys go ahead and tap in and follow me on TikTok. I believe my TikTok name is Educated Hustler. So go ahead and tap in. Make sure you guys follow me on TikTok. I do a lot of lives. Well, when I'm live, I do a lot of behind the scenes, so you guys can actually see a bunch of things that I'm working on currently. But with this price list include 25 in-country and 25 international buyers, instant offers, and market prices on all phones, weekly price list updates, exclusive access to phone flipping community, buyers complete for your top deals. They compete for the top deals. I'm going to say it again. They compete for the top deals. Now, this is something a lot of people I see are not really grasping or understanding, which I understand because it's a bit new, right? So I'm going to break that down in a second. But also, what does it help you with? No more stress finding trusted buyers, avoid lowball offers with market prices, and say goodbye to outdated buyer info. Now, if you guys don't know, there's a bunch of people that fell in love with price lists that are free. So let's actually break down this free price list aspect, because while I am somebody that has used a price list that was free one time, I actually learned from that. And I learned that free price lists always come with something else. Now, what is the something else? Something else is that most of the time, free price lists are going to be price lists that are built or created by refurbishers, not buyers. Now, let me explain. Because a price list is something where a normal price list would be a buyer basically giving you a list of products that they are buying that have prices next to them that they are willing to offer you immediately for or in exchange for those products. But see, here's the difference. I found and ran into this issue when I first started flipping phones, and I got about 6 to 12 Sprint phones every single day. And I was getting so many phones that it was becoming dangerous. I remember me actually driving with over 10K in my car, and the phone buyer I was dealing with at the time, he was like, yo, B, you got to be careful because if the cops stop you, they'll take all of your money because it's over 10K. And that was the first time I really was driving and was scared because I had so much money on me. The problem was, though, that buyer wasn't offering me the best price. He saw that I had so many phones and he was running out of money that he ended up always telling me every single time I pulled up on him that the prices dropped. So what ended up happening was I ended up questioning him like, bro, every time I pull up, the price drops. That don't even make sense. He's like, yeah, bro, I don't know. The market is just crazy, bro. Like, I don't know what's going on. I was like, bro, I caught cap. I think that you just offering me the lowest price possible. He's like, no, I wouldn't do that to you. So what I ended up doing is I ended up looking for more buyers, couldn't find them. So I went to this guy that I know that owns a Sprint store, and I was able to get in contact with a guy in Virginia that brought phones. He told me a whole bunch of different prices, and I was able to see, yo, this guy I thought was my buyer. This guy I thought that he really had my back. He was giving me prices that was not really fair, and it was because I was giving him so many phones. So that's when I started actually realizing that having one buyer was bad, and also free price lists were contingent on how somebody else deems you to get paid. And that's why I created this 50 phone flipping buyers price list, where it has 50 buyers that we are working with, and we add all of their prices from their price list up, and we divide it by 50. Then we put the prices on the price list. So I'm going to show you guys the buyer's price list real quick, and I'm showing it to you just so we can do a refresher. Again, we are going to refresh a lot of the expectations and the products that we do have, just so that we keep people up to date. But you have sealed, activated, no box, headset only, HSO. Now, sealed means that the phone is sealed. Not activated does not really exist anymore, because when you get a phone and it's rung out at the register at the phone store, it's basically activated. Then we have activated. Activated is, of course, what it says, activated. This is going to be a device that is activated and open. Now, these are the majority of what you want when you're getting new phones. Okay, we don't buy sealed phones. I repeat, we do not buy sealed phones. Why don't we buy sealed phones? Because sealed phones, they open us up to more risk, and we don't want to incur more risk. We want to incur more profit. So when you're flipping phones, it's important not to fall in the trap of buying sealed phones. And sometimes what people will say is, hey, if you buy sealed phones, you get more money. Well, I'm showing you right here when it comes to market value that that's not true. Right now, the iPhone 16 Pro Max 256 Desert, you see sealed non-activated is 900, activated is 800. Now, this is going to change quickly, because the truth of the matter is that you can get the same price for sealed that you can get, you can get the same price for activated that you can get for sealed for most phones. And I'm talking about new phones. I'm talking about iPhone 16s. I'm talking about those models. Now, when you go down to the iPhone 14s and 15s, you'll see that sometimes it'll be $20 to $40 differences, but I would take a difference in payout just to ensure that I have a real legitimate phone any day. Because a lot of people, they get trapped into people saying, nah, bro, you can't open it. You can't open it. Well, if I can't open it, I'm not buying it. Because, see, there's a bunch of people out here selling clones, and it's hard to tell just by looking at the box now. There's too many people that have really great clones out there, okay? So that's what you get, the price list. You get a price, and this is going to be market value. So it doesn't mean that you're getting paid $780 for an iPhone 15 Pro Max 512. What it says is that you can't get paid anything less than $780, because what ends up happening is, let's say you do want to sell a phone to somebody on the price list. What you do is, on this information tab, we have an email. I don't want to show the email right now, because then I have a bunch of people emailing that don't have the price list, regular freaking phones and it becomes clogged. But what happens is you email that email address with the information that's on the information tab. It's like phone model, IMEI, condition, and then we blast it out to all 50 buyers. Buyers then start shooting back offers. You are going to get the biggest and highest offer, and you can decide if you want to sell that phone or not. This price list, it includes the new phones, used phones. Okay, so we have different grades. We have grade A plus, B plus, B, C, and D. D, I don't really talk about, right? Because D is basically a phone that has a cracked back, cracked front. It's ran over by a truck, right? I don't ever buy grade D phones because you're not going to get a bunch of money, and sometimes you're not going to get any money for it. All right, you have grade C. I rarely buy grade C because grade C is a cracked device, right? And I'm saying cracked as far as a cracked front or back. Why don't I buy cracked phones? I fix phones. Why don't I buy them? I don't buy them because when it comes to a cracked phone is going to cause me more of a headache than I'm willing to put time into. So, prime example, I wouldn't technically feel comfortable buying a phone that I need to put work in on as far as a cracked back, because one, when you're fixing a phone with a cracked back, you have to destroy the back, right? So these phones that are glass and you see how they may have like a little line crack in them. In order to get that whole glass replaced, you got to break all of that glass in on the back of the phone and put a new one. And the new one is just as simple as peeling off a piece of adhesive and putting it on. But the problem with it is when you're repairing phones, it's a hit or miss, because depending on the device and the way the device has been treated in the future, in the past, not the future, it will overheat if you put the wrong type of back glass on it, and it can cause further complications. I don't feel like dealing with it, so I don't deal with any cracked phones. Now, a cracked face, and what I mean by face is screen, right? I could do. It depends on the model. I don't necessarily need to do that anymore. But if I did want to fix a front screen, I kind of would. I'm not going to lie, because front screens aren't that expensive. They're actually fairly cheap. I just showed one of my students one of the distributors in Philly that sells me screens, and he was shocked because I get iPhone 16 Pro Max screens for around like $49. I get 15 screens for like $36. So they're not expensive, right? And I can always fix a front-facing screen and make more money with a phone. But why would I buy a phone that I actually have to use and put together and do all of that? I'm not in the business anymore of buying phones that would be projects, because we live in a time where you don't want to sit on phones at all. You want to sell these phones as soon as possible. Now, B grade is going to be the grade that everybody usually has. B grade is going to be a phone that is in okay condition and may have some small minor scratches, no cracks. Now, the way you can tell if a phone is cracked is when you have your thumb, right? You put your thumb on whatever you think is cracked. If your thumb slips inside that crack, if it goes inside that indent, then it is a crack and not a scratch. But a B grade has to have just scratches, no cracks, tiny, not nothing too crazy. And it doesn't have to have a box or any cords or anything, right? So B grade is usually what a lot of people have. Now, B plus grade is going to be a device that is like new, no scratches or cracks. Obviously, it just doesn't have a box. Okay, so we're looking for a pristine phone with no box. Grade A plus is going to be a phone that's pristine, but it has a box. Now, I don't really see a lot of people having grade A pluses, because if you have a phone that is with a box and it is in pristine condition, usually it's what? New, right? Now, the only time it wouldn't be new is if that phone was 60 days old. Now, a 60-day-old phone, which means if somebody goes into AT&T, uses somebody's profile, or they go into AT&T, uses somebody else's social, or gets a phone on somebody else's account, they take the phone outside the store, they turn on YouTube and let the phone play every single day for 60 days, which people do. Now, I'm explaining to you why they do it. And I'm just letting y'all know, this is a lot of information. Phone flippers that flip phones online and sell you these academies don't even know, because they're fraudulent. But what a lot of phone flippers do is they do this. That will make that phone that they're using not new. It would be used. It would be considered used because the phone that is past 60 days is used. Now, the reason they do it, this is a side note, the reason they do it is because they do insurance claims. Now, insurance claims have slowed down because a lot of people in Florida, a lot of people in New York saturated the heck out of that, including Bandman Kevo, if you know who that is. Like people like that have made scamming like mainstream, and a lot of scammers have been just duplicated. Like a lot of people just started scamming and have really damaged like the way that these insurance companies even replace your phones, because they have completely destroyed integrity when it comes to devices. Okay, so you're not really going to see A+ phones, but if you do, that is that great. Okay, and of course we do used phones, new phones, Samsungs, iCloud lock, blacklisted. So yes, this price list, you can sell us iCloud lock phones. That's phones that you can't get into because they have an iCloud lock in, so you can't unlock it, right? Phones that have passcodes on them, right? So all of these we buy. Now, that's one of the benefits of the price list, is that you can literally buy any type of phone, and that's a win. That's a steal, right? And then iPads, Apple accessories, including I always get stuck at this point, including PlayStation 5s, Nintendo Switches, Xbox, AirTags, the HomePods, the virtual reality sets. We buy all of those, okay? And then Apple Watches and MacBooks. So that is the price list. And the price list is something that if you don't use it to sell to buyers, you still can use it to actually utilize for negotiations. So you can actually be like, all right, let me see what this phone is worth on the market, look at the price list, and then make sure you're not overpaying for a phone. There's so many people, including a student I just got off the phone with today, that are overpaying for phones. He brought an iPhone 14 Pro Max for $400, but the market already says it's only worth $300. So if he would have actually utilized the price list the correct way, he could have got the phone for cheaper. And if the person wasn't trying to sell it to him for $300, he could have walked away and kept his bread in his pocket and felt good because he didn't overpay for a phone. All right, so understand, like, I'm not in the field of telling you to use Facebook ads to flip phones. I'm in the field of teaching you how to flip phones the correct way. That's what I'm in the field of. I'm in the field of showing you how to really hustle, get it by the muscle, and also build your phone flipping company into a business, not into a side hustle, okay? Because side hustles are great, but I always feel like if you're somebody that is starting something, you can also make it so that you outsource and have it running on its own while you do your thing, right? Phone flipping, I don't have to raise a finger. I don't have to blink an eye. I don't have to talk to anybody. It just happens when I wake up because I put so many people in place to actually do it for me. And that's not because I'm some genius or because I'm special. It's because I took a bunch of L's, okay, and a bunch of losses, and I've been able to pivot. I've been able to calculate and find different ways to fix the pain points. Prime example, I live in Philly. There's not always phones in Philly that I want to buy. So then what I ended up doing is hitting up my cousin Jordan in Cali. Now he flipped phones for me. I taught him how to do it. So I have a bunch of people that flip phones for me, stores where people come in and bring the phones too. But I teach you how to do all of this, all right? And that brings me to the next update, which was the community, okay? Now, the Hustler community, everybody, even on TikTok, you can hit the link in the bio and you can actually see the community aspects of what we offer in this community. But I'm very, very proud of myself. I have a total of 4 communities, okay? And I make a good amount of money on all. But the point of my communities isn't to make money. The point of my communities is to get results. Now, you may be trying to understand what I mean by that. So what I say is this, right? I have about 630 something students throughout these communities that I have, and they all pay me money. Money ranges, right? But this community I just started, $99 to get in. What I do is I give you products, right? So I don't choose the products for you like I do my other communities. This time I give you a credit. So you get a $25 credit every single month, and that credit goes towards the website wesply.com. So you literally get the chance to go on this website and you can get whatever products you want. I ship products all over the world. I ship products Turkey. I ship products in New York. I ship products in Kentucky. I ship products to a bunch of people, and I'm blessed to be able to do that, right? Because I used to think that having a physical store was the win, but that's not the win, because having a physical store, it creates liability, right? But having a wholesale warehouse has given me opportunities to be able to grow and also to flourish and also help other resellers, okay? Now, this community is $99. It's the Hustler community. I'm actually going to pull up on the screen on YouTube. If you are watching on TikTok, you can follow me at Educated Hustler on YouTube. You can also follow me at HustlerTaughtMe on YouTube, okay? Shout out to everybody that has texted me already. But anyway, so let's actually pull up this community, and I'm going to go over the benefits. I put out a video the other day about this, but I'm going to go over it on live as well. Okay, so build a reseller business that pays you weekly. So here's the thing, right? I wanted to find a way, like, as somebody that builds products, I'm not into the digital product space. I don't believe that digital products are the way to help anyone. I think digital products are a way that people that are broke make money. Okay, and I went on rants about this. I'm not going to go on a rant, but I'm going to go on a mini rant, but not a real rant, okay? But a lot of people, we live in an age where broke people go online and act like they're doing something, right? Now, I'm nobody to judge anybody. So when I say broke people, I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about broke-minded. And what I mean by that is there's a bunch of freedom on the internet, right? We can go on the internet. I'm on the internet right now, right? I can say, hey, I'm a millionaire and I have a Ferrari outside sitting, right? And people will believe it. But when it comes to this digital product aspect, I've seen people that I'm very close with, friends and other entrepreneurs that say they sell digital products, but they don't really have any money in real life. And it's not because they're not capable, but it's because when you're selling a digital product, the main catch is that digital product. I'll give you an example. I have a guy that I know, and he's in Philly, and he claims that he can teach people how to create ebooks. And that's his whole business is, I'm going to teach you how to create ebooks to make bread. So I go up to him because I'm that friend that I'll tell you how it is. Like, I don't need no friend. And being around me, you got to have value. And me, I got to have value and add to you as well, right? So I go up to him and I say, hey, can I ask you a question? He said, yeah, what's up, bro? I said, I just saw your story. And you were making a little reel about having people actually hit you up to learn how to sell ebooks. But I said, what ebook did you sell? He like, yo, bro, I got all these products on my website, bro. It's on my stand store. I said, yeah, no, I saw that. But like what product, like ebook wise, did you sell? Like, did you sell and did you scale to make six figures? Because you telling people you can help them make six figures, but like, I don't see like your book on like anything that has generated six figures. Oh no, bro, it's my mastermind Canva class. Yeah, but that's teaching people how to create ebooks. But like, what ebook did you create? He couldn't answer. And we ended up falling out because I called BS because it was BS, right? It was BS. But when it comes to digital products and when it comes to courses, my main point is that a lot of people will talk you into buying a digital course or a product, but you don't get nothing, right? A lot of people, and this is what makes me different. I'm happy as a motherfucker because this is what makes me different from other people, and I wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't different, if that makes sense, right? So I have one asset, and that's physical products. That's me, right? Like, that's literally the asset I have is digital products. I mean, physical, products. So when you join my community and you spend $99 with me, what are you going to get? You're going to get classes, yeah. Okay, courses, yeah. Templates for eBay if you get banned or restricted, yeah. Okay, plan of attacks, yeah. My phone number, okay. So you can hit me up and we have this one-on-one mentorship. We meet every week. All that is cool, regular stuff. But you also get products. See, because if you spend $99, the main point in the way I thought about it when I create my communities is, all right, if I'm somebody that's tight on cash, right? I got 2 kids, I'm tight on money. You feel me? Rent coming up, my car payment is due. If I'm gonna pay $99 for something, I gotta pay $99, and that $99 gotta go to work for me, bro. Like, I can't just put that money out and just hope that you give me information that I can just use to get more money. That's stupid. It's dumb. It don't make sense. Let me explain to you why. Because if you join my Phone Flipping Academy, which I don't have a Phone Flipping Academy, I just have my community, I have my Phone Flipping Blueprint, but everything I sell comes with a private one-on-one call with me after. Because every single time you buy something from somebody, you're learning how to be them. I'm gonna say it, every time you buy a course from me, and I teach you how to phone flip, and it's just it's a series of videos. Hey guys, so this is what you do with SIG-W. You go and type in this. I'm teaching you how to be me. I'm teaching you a structure that I follow. But the problem with a lot of consumers and people that want to get better and make bread, y'all don't think about this. Phone flipping has changed. It's not the same as it was last week or last month. The same products that were selling last month, all of them aren't selling this month. But you're buying a course that I created last year. You get the finesse. So what they do, because again, this wasn't like me being online and all that stuff. That wasn't something that I knew I wanted to do. I was in a store. I had stores, and people came in, and I would serve them. I would give them phones and electronics and stuff. But like when I moved to this space, you got to understand I'm itching to give people shit because I don't understand the concept of you paying me to just get a hope that you'll be able to duplicate what I got going. You ain't never going to be me, and I ain't never going to be you. The point of the matter is you utilize the information I have to put it in a system that works for you. So with this community, you get products for you to flip. Okay? You also get to pick those products from wesply.com. That's my website, my wholesale company. But you also get 2 classes, a phone flipping and a reselling class. Phone flipping on Tuesdays, 7 p.m. The reselling class is 7 p.m. on Thursdays. And you get the plan of attack class on Sundays where we actually walk through your week. Now, here's the next thing with the community, right? So I see all of these. All right, bet, yeah, hit me up. I see all of these communities, right? With all these successful people, right? Mind you, I don't know how the freak all these successful people can sit online all day. I can't. I got other shit to do. I got this and that. I got this person that I got to make sure they got food on the table for their family. I got this, and that. I can't sit online all day talking about something. Hey guys, so this ain't like I can't do that. I'm a real hustler. You feel me? Like I can't do that. So I don't understand how people do it, but a lot of these communities is about social. It's about let's be social. Let's sit down and kumbaya. I'm not sitting down and kumbaya with no motherfucker. I'm gonna tell y'all exactly how I'm coming. Right? I do plan of attacks every Sunday. The reason I do plan of attacks with everybody individually, my Sundays are booked, right? Like Sundays are interesting because I have call after call, but they're calls of me actually sitting down with people and we're going over exactly what you did this week. Where did I get that from? Where did I get that from, guys? My stories. Because see, when I have a rep and that rep comes in the store and that person's like, yo, I want to buy this brand new car, B. All right, you want to buy a brand new car? Cool. Because every time I interview somebody for a position in my store, I ask them, why do you want to work here? What's the point? Like, what do you want? Because if you don't understand somebody's why, you can't make them better. You can't actually, excuse me, because I never can make anybody better. Let me rephrase that. If I don't understand your why, I can't help you make yourself better. So I asked the why. And sometimes people would say, I want to get a new apartment. Some people say, I want to get a car. It's usually those two. So if I'm paying you commission and you want to get a car, but you ain't selling shit, what the fuck you doing here? Matter of fact, fuck that. If I literally hire you, you tell me you want to get a wheel, you want to get a Tesla. Cool. I take people's goals serious. Why? Because, see, if I hire you and you say you want to get that Tesla, but you're not making that money to get that Tesla, guess what's going to either happen? Two things. You're going to leave or you're going to steal. If you don't feed your wolves are going to eat you. So it's a normal habit for me to have a plan of attack meeting with people I work with because I care about them. Hey, you said you wanted to actually become financially stable, right? Yeah, B, I want to become financially stable. All right, cool. So what did you do this week for it? Oh, bro, like I got the kids, broski, and like I work like all day, and I start work at 8 a.m. and come home at 12 a.m. and bro, then get out the community, broski. Because see, if you got those excuses and you can't find a way to actually work on yourself, and I mean, what you doing here? How can I help you? I can't help you. I'm not God. I can't give you more time, right? So the different approach that people, because usually people do that. Like that's the first conversation we have on the plan of attacks. They give me a bunch of excuses on why they ain't do shit. But I expect that because when you join my community, you're joining the community for a reason. You're not joining it because I have the golden key. You know, you're joining it because you want to be pushed. You're joining it because you know that you have a purpose and you want to be great. But you just don't have like-minded people around you. You don't have a person that hit you up and be like, yo, bro, you slipping, bro. Like, I see you, but I don't see you. Like, I see you, bro, but I don't see you. I got a couple friends that want to create content and want to do this and that. And I'm like, yo, bro, I don't see you, though. You put out a new video, I ain't see it. You ain't doing good enough. And it's not the disrespect. It's not the discredit, but it's just because you need people around you that push you. So the plan of attack Sundays are where we write down what your goal is for the week and we hold you accountable. We hold you accountable. What did you do? What are your orders of operations to get shit done? Because see, a lot of people, what they think is they think that working hard gets them something. A lot of people watching this right now and a lot of people watching this later work way harder than me. They worked harder than me today. But they didn't make more than me. And it's not because I'm better than them. And see, I look at people that make more than me and I'm like, bro, they make more than me not because they work harder than me. They make more than me because they execute. They are beating my execution. So when I talk about this hustler community, and when you see that, and when you see me talking about, join the hustler community because you'll see reels and all of these things coming up, right? Understand, I'm not begging nobody to join shit. Because I need to surround myself just as much as other people need to surround themselves around like-minded people, but I need people that really want it. So the way this community works is you get 24/7 access to my phone number, of course. You get weekly phone flipping classes. So that is going to be the classes I just talked about on Tuesday. You get the weekly reselling class on Thursdays as well. And I just had the class at 7 p.m. Today with the students as well for phone flipping. You get the Sunday plan of attack call where we're going over what you're supposed to do this week. You get weekly product drop alerts. So I give you an email with products that you need to sell this week if you can. That's trending. How do I know that? Because I work with over 300 eBay accounts. Me. Now, it didn't start that way. Let's get this clear. I didn't start just working with 300 eBay accounts. I have eBay automation service where I have 4 assistants that sit in my warehouse all day, and all they do is list on people's eBay. They go in the warehouse. They pick up little things like this, right? They pick up little things like these or pick up things like these, and they list them on other people's eBay accounts. And what they do is they get other people's sales on eBay. They list, ship, and provide the products, right? Now, we take the data from all of these eBay accounts, and we see what products are selling the best. So you join this community, you don't only get information from me, but you get information from my wholesale company based on other resellers so that you can exceed and outlist them, right? You get the 25 monthly we supply credit, so that's to my website, so you can buy wholesale products. You get an invite to my private Discord group where you could just talk to me and message me, keep me up to date. We could talk about good morning and all the little gifts and stuff. But again, like I said, I'm not real social because I'm all about my bread. Not because I'm trying to be better than anybody, but because when I die, I need to make sure my daughter ain't stuck with no other guy or no other woman or nobody giving her directions. I want her to be able to know her dad bust his ass to make sure that she had every opportunity she can get. That's why I bust my ass every day. That's why I work my ass off, and that's why I wake up with a mission, and that's why I grind my ass off, not because I feel like I'm better than nobody else, because I ain't better than nobody. I don't have the biggest brain. I don't have the smartest schedules. I don't do anything different, but I'm a motherfucking grind. That's what I'm going to do, because I'm going to make sure that the people that come behind me and my why, because we all should have a why, is satisfied by the time I die. At my funeral, I want them to sit up there and I want my daughter to say, my dad did a lot of things. But one thing my dad never stopped doing was trying to make money so that I wouldn't have to. But he still taught me the procedures and best practices for me to be able to grow my own business. And these are things that I think about on a daily basis. And the reason I'm telling you guys that is because these communities aren't for me to talk and me to build friends that want to get me into other businesses, because that's what ends up happening, right? People, hey, Brandon, you want to do this? No, I don't. Not right now, right? Like, hit me up on a private type time. You know what I mean? Don't pay me $99 and think that I'm going to hear about your new invention. Nah, just hit me up on the side, broski. You don't have to pay me to pitch me. You feel me? Because understand, when you pay me bread, when you pay me money, and this is why I give my number out to everybody. So anybody that got any problems with me or anybody that needs any assistance with me with my wholesale business, my educational services at HustlerTaughtMe.com, anything, you got my direct number. Facts. Because when somebody spend bread with me, I don't take it lightly. Because I understand that the $99 or the $10 or the $5 that you spend with me, that's $5 you could be spending to put bread on the table for your family. That's $5 or $99 you could be doing to pay your bills. I've been broke. I done slept under cars. I've been in a position where I felt stuck. So I'll be damned if I'm sitting there having somebody else stuck. You feel me? So, like, that's my mindset. All right? So we do have a private Discord group, and that's to keep people motivated and keep people going. That's what it is. Okay? We have the copy and paste scripts and templates, and that's for eBay, Mercari. So we have things where I have templates for listings. So prime example, a lot of people don't know how to list these, right? These are the max clones. So what we do is we have a Google Docs folder that actually gives you a whole bunch of templates for all of the listings, and all you got to do is copy it and put it on eBay or Mercari or wherever you're trying to sell. All right. So we also have member-only product drops. So I have a bunch of products I don't talk about online. A lot. Prime example, right? Something really simple and out of the box that I'm talking with a student about. That's why I have this. Is this Colgate, right? This person is actually killing the game on Amazon selling Colgate and selling Lysol spray. So I've been thinking about doing a video on it, but I haven't, because this is a product that really only my members get access to, and we get that for I think it's like $2.98 now. That's extremely low. So that's a benefit. But monthly hustler leaderboards. So this is another thing that we do, right? I'm a competition type of person. So what I do is I make sure that I give you competition. So on our Sunday plan of attack, what I usually do, you know how I said you get 25 credits, right? So you get 25 credits just when you sign up every month, right? So it's $99 every month. You get the 25 credits immediately. But On a plan of attacks, every week I give you a challenge. So I say, yo, I'm going to give you 100 credits if you do this, this, and this. Just to keep you going, because then that's $100 worth of products that you can literally get on We Supply. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I do fun challenges like that to keep you motivated, because I remember when nobody kept me motivated, or when I didn't keep myself motivated. I remember when I wanted to quit. I remember when I didn't have no more fight in me. You feel me? So I'm sorry, I'm sick. I'm just trying to get through it, but it's hard. Anyway, this is for you if you want to flip consistently, if you're tired of doing it alone, if you want a simple system that works, if you're ready to grow with a real mentor. Now, I don't call myself no mentor. I'm not nobody mentor. I ain't none of that. I'm just a person out here trying to help you get it just as much as I'm trying to get it. Now, let's get this clear, because we ain't finna, I don't even like that they put this mentor thing up on here. I'm going to talk to my designer, because let me tell you something right now. A mentor is somebody that's mentoring you and they too busy up in your shit, not theirs. Let's make this very, very clear. The same example of that friend I told you that sells ebooks and acts like he's a digital product marketer and shit, and he's just so rich and all that. Great. But let's really break this down real quick. Let's say that I'm making a bunch of money with products, which I am, by the way, right? I'm making money on eBay already myself. I'm making money phone flipping already myself. Why am I teaching you? I'm the realest creator you're ever going to watch, I think. One of them. You know what I mean? I just, no cocky stuff, but let me explain to you what I mean. So, why am I teaching people how to flip products? Let's break down what it really is, because I want you guys to know 100% what I'm doing. The reason why I teach people how to flip electronics is because one of my biggest goals was to stop having multiple phone stores in Philly, but instead to have a wholesale warehouse where I distribute. So what's the best way to get that done? By teaching people how to resell, building a connection with them, and then having them as clients. That is the reason I teach you. I don't teach you because I'm a mentor. How the heck, I want to refrain from cursing, but you know, I can curse now. But how the heck am I going to be somebody making bread, teaching you how to make bread too? I'd rather just make all of the money myself. But no, I have a motive. I have a motive on why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I want to make that clear to everybody watching now or later. Don't ever think that I'm doing this to be your mentor. I'm doing this to be your partner. It's two different things. Real rap. All right? You want weekly flips, not just theories. I don't do the theories. I don't do the, oh my God, join EDC and I'm going to show you guys how to become rich. No, I ain't showing you how to get rich. Rich is a mindset. Wealth is a mindset. Broke is a mindset. I'm going to push you and push you and push you, and you're going to decide what you're going to be. I'm going to give you every resource and every networking opportunity I got to my disposal, and you decide what you do with it. All right, that's how I get down. Next, so how to join, sign up instantly. You can go ahead, go to HustlerTaughtMe.com, and then it's under Hustlers Community. All right, but again, guys, it's $99. You can cancel whenever you want. You get instant access. The instant access is the instant access to me, to classes, the templates, and all of that. If you're a phone flipper, you get all the buyer's price lists as well, okay? And then you can also get the $25 credit as well, okay? So that is the update on that the community, sorry. So yeah, that is that. And I really wanted to highlight that and get intimate with you guys and actually talk with you guys live instead of a video, because I feel like on a video, videos are more like scripts. Like they're like, you say things in the video and it got to sound right. I'm more of a face-to-face person. And, I like telling it how it is and saying what I feel in the moment, because I feel like somebody out there needs to hear what I got going or what I'm saying. Because some of us is fucked up. Somebody watching this right now is fucked up. Somebody watching this right now is like, yo, bro, I don't know how I'm finna make it. Somebody out here right now is like, yo, this job ain't cutting it, bro. And like, to the person out there that feels like that, I want to make this very, 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 very clear. I may not feel like that with this business or with my wholesale business, but I have other businesses where I feel that way. Like, bro, I don't know if I can continue doing this because it is hard as a motherfucker. My mama told me I was never, ever, 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 ever going to graduate high school. She told me I was not going to be anything but dirt if I didn't go to college. My mother told me all of these things. My mother has never been to one of my phone stores. And you know, that motivated me so much that it turned me into a motherfucking monster. A beast. But it also turned me into a bad person because I started to try to hustle so hard to prove people so wrong. So I lost everything for a while. I fell down. I hurt people. And it affected me. So you ain't watching or listening to nobody that's perfect. You listening and watching somebody that's fucked up. Everything ain't right in my life. Everything ain't right in my life. So like when I go live and when I do things like this and when I'm telling you guys about products or maybe about a way to flip phones or flip this product, like understand, like this shit really coming from motherfucking, like this shit coming from me, my heart, this is coming from everything I got. You understand that? Like this ain't fun for me. This is life. I don't hop on the internet and portray to be nothing but me. And the reason I tell y'all that is because when you look at me, I get DMs all the time. Somebody DM me the N-word today like 1,000 times for no reason. Somebody DM me, hey, I need your help getting them banned. Some guy, I helped get him banned, and then he needs me to do it again because he messed up. I got a person asking me about the prices. I got a person doing this. I got this doing that. I got my mom calling me. I got people pulling me everywhere, bro. And it's hard. So whoever out there that's like, yo, I can't make it, understand this, bro. Everybody has the moments. Get the fuck over it. Get over it. And the reason I tell you to get over it is not because I'm not sympathetic. It's not because I think emotions make you weak. I think crying as a man or even as a woman makes you strong. Because you're able to express yourself. I think that going through whatever you're going through is going to make you better as long as you allow it. Don't ever think just because you're going through something that you can't keep going through it. Because if you keep going through it and keep going through it and keep going through it, you're going to get through it. If you keep going, you're going to get through it. But if you quit, you're going to be a failure. And that's the difference. The difference is understanding that you ain't never, ever, ever, ever going to stop as long as you keep on your head, in your mind, with the main goal. What's your main goal? What is your why? You want to know what changed my life? I'm talking to you. You want to know what changed my life? Listen, I had my store. I said, yo, I'm finna go to Cali because I wanted to make a store out there. I had a celebrity barber friend out there. I'm like, I'm finna go out there. So I'm like, all right, bet I need somebody to actually manage because I had just hired 2 new people, a guy and a girl. The guy told me he was going on vacation, so it was just a girl in the store. I said, damn, I can't leave no girl just in no store while I'm going. I protect my people, right? This changed my life, okay? I'm about to tell y'all something that changed my life, and it's 100% serious. So I'm like, all right, but I got to find somebody that can manage my store to make sure she's straight. And I fucked up. I messed up. So what happened was I called somebody I knew at a T-Mobile. I say, yo, bro, I'm going to pay you this amount of money. Pull up and just manage this store on your off day for me. He said, bet. I go on my trip. So I go on my trip. I get a call. No, I'm sorry. I get a text. Help. What the fuck? Like, help. It's from the girl employee. Help. I said, what's up? I'm trapped in the bathroom. This guy is trying to get me drunk. I don't know what he put in my drink, but everything is spinning. I said, what? Help. I called her. Can't answer. He is banging on the door outside. I'm like, what the fuck? So first thing I do, I'm like, all right, what's up, man? Like, I'm about to get to the bottom of this. So I call the boy that I told the manager store. I said, yo, bro, what's up? He like, yo, what's up, bro? I said, you at the store? He said, no, I'm at Six Flags. I said, you at Six Flags? He said, yeah. I said, bro, why you at Six Flags? He was like, bro, I couldn't manage a store, so I had got one of my assistant managers to do it. I said, bro, like, you ain't even tell me none of that. So the assistant manager was in the store with the girl. I don't know that guy. That guy brought beer or some type of liquor into the store, got the girl to drink it, and tried to do something to her. I'll be damned if anybody that I leave behind on this earth ever has to work to have to endure what she almost had to endure. And like, I pulled up at the store. I got a flight, pulled up at the store, caught bull slipping, and handled what I had to handle. But the point of the matter is, that type of stuff happens on an everyday basis, and we don't even know it. Like, we don't even hear about that because a lot of that stuff is untold. But the point is control. A lot of people don't understand how important it is to control your life. And like, the only way you can control your life is when you actually get the balls to do the shit that you don't want to do. So unfortunately, this young lady is in a position where she's working for somebody. That person is on vacation, doing whatever he got going. And then irresponsibly, somebody does whatever they do, and now she's stuck. Do you want any of your family members to ever have to go through any of that shit? That's what I thought to myself. Because I beat myself up for that shit for years. Because I'm like, damn, like, oh, man, I shouldn't have left. Now, mind you, nothing happened to her. She locked herself in the bathroom. She was good. And, you know what I mean? I sent people over there to handle what had to be handled. But the point of the matter is are you going to settle for your life just working for somebody all your life and not having control? My friend told me the other day, yo, bro, I make so much money, I don't even know what to do. He said, bro, I make over 6 figures now. And we all, you know what I mean, the people I deal with and the people I go out with, we, you know what I mean, we be popping our shit. Like, we, you know what I mean, we have conversations like, yo, bro, I want to buy this, I want to do this, I want to go here, I want to go that. I want to do this, I want to do that. You know what I mean? We talk our shit. We motivate each other, right? Yo, bro, I just got this. All right, I got to get something better. Like, that's what we do. I asked him, though. I said, yo, bro, so you up to 300K. Cool. You higher than me. But let me ask you something. How much you work? Man, I'm clocking like 96 hours. Yeah, I'm like, bro, that's not even possible. But he's like, yeah, but I work all the time, bro. Like, I miss my daughter this and my daughter that and my girl this and my girl that. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Like, yeah. And I ain't ran on his parade, but I thought to myself, bro, that ain't wealth. That ain't wealth. Because see, what people gotta realize, wealth ain't money. Wealth is actually having control. When you can wake up and decide what you want to do, or when you can sit there and put shit aside so that you can actually spend time with the people you love. Like, that's wealth. And that's what you guys should be chasing. Freedom, options, choice. That's what it really is. You feel me? So when I come live and I be talking my shit, understand, like, if you somebody really going through something, that, like, you see me, you should know, like, you can get through what you got going. Not because I'm going through anything worse, but because we all got shit going on, bruh. So believe in yourself enough not to give up, and also believe in yourself enough not to have anybody have to go through things behind closed doors that you will never hear about. Whether it's your mom, your sister, your brother, your daughter, your son, your grandmama. Believe in yourself. Trust yourself. Love yourself. Real right. So, with that being said, guys, what else do I want to go over? All right, we have more guides, okay? So, one thing that I did go and do is I went and actually inspected my business. And the reason I did this was because a lot of my HustlerTaughtMe.com stuff, a lot of that stuff is very important to me because I want everything to work. Like, I want somebody to utilize my guides or even my courses and make sure they actually get some shit out of it, right? So we went and I had a team and we sat in the office, broke down every guide I've ever created, redid everything. So now we have the eBay Appeal Script Pack. I'm going to say it again. The eBay Appeal Script Pack. This is a plug-and-play template to get unbanned fast, scripts for account restrictions, suspensions, and stuff set up, step-by-step sending instructions, tips on what to say and what not to say, and the bonus is the post-reinstatement checklist. So what this is for all of my eBay banned people, like the people that done got banned, right? All right, you got banned. So what you gonna do now? So I give you a whole email template on what to say to eBay. I give you a whole script on what to say if you're calling or if you're going through email. I give you the step-by-step way to send it. I also give you tips on what not to say. Excuse me, guys. And then I do this bonus checklist because, of course, you're going to get unbanned. You're going to get unrestricted, of course. But when you get unrestricted and unbanned, what you do next? How do you make sure that your account stays up? That's what this checklist does. And the next, we have the 5K phone flipping blueprint. Now, this is what I'm most proud of because this is where you not only get the whole little guide, but you get the call with me. And what happens is once you purchase this, you get sent an email that says book a call with me. You book the call with me, and what happens is we're going to actually go over anything you need for 30 minutes. So, hey, B, I did go through the guide, but I'm not really clear on this or not really clear on that. And I help you. Or, hey, how can I find buyers? Or is this a good flip? We go through it. And that's the amazing part about this is it's a blueprint, but also a follow-up, okay? So how to flip your first phone, and get profit, obviously, where to find cheap inventory online, what to say when negotiating with sellers. That's something that a lot of phone flippers don't teach you because a lot of people that say they're phone flipping are mother freaking cat. How to avoid scams and junk devices, the exact system that makes you your first 5,000. I am working with a student right now. We started working 2 weeks ago. He's already up to 1,200. And the reason he's already up to 1,200 ain't because of me. I ain't do nothing special. But he's following the system and put it into his own way. And now he's succeeding. Okay, and the next thing we have is the replica product cash flow formula. This is how to list replicas, okay? So all of my people out there listing reps, even though I done told you not to list them, I have something for you. Now, this is literally how to list reps without getting them taken down, which terms and photos protect your account, what categories to avoid versus which ones are safe, pricing strategies for fast, consistent flips, how to turn replicas into 5K a month. Okay, so I know you see those videos where you got a whole bunch of young people on YouTube with a whole bunch of stacks of fake money on their desk acting like they know what they're doing. Listen, when it comes to replicas are easy. Okay, I done got direct emails from eBay trying to connect me, and Walmart and on Mercari trying to connect me directly to Apple because Apple is complaining about my replicas because my replicas not only were top of the line, but they were selling. And then I went on Shopify and sold them my damn self. Damn near made 6 figures. Shopify ended up having to really nailed down on me because they was like, yo, bro, you drawing. We getting too many complaints from from Apple because they knew it was copyright infringement. All right. And then we have the eBay reinstatement manual. This is my favorite product of all. And this is because this tells you why your accounts got banned and how to recover them, steps to prepare your appeal and documentation, tips for creating a clean second account, how to avoid red flags that cause instant bans, and then the bonus is how to protect your accounts long term. This is my favorite product, okay, because this actually helps you get them banned quickly, okay? Then you have the eBay Profit Playbook, how to write titles that rank and sell, the best way to ship and handle returns, how to avoid limits and restrictions, daily tasks that grow your eBay store fast, real strategies used by 5-figure eBay sellers. This gives you everything that you need. All right. I'm trying to get through it so that I can I don't lose you guys. And then we have our courses. So we got the $200 a day phone flipping blueprint. So this helps you make $200 a day phone flipping. I give you the whole blueprint of everything that I got going on and that I do and my students do. All you got to do is put it in your own way. You're going to be successful, hands down. We got the product flipping power course. Now, this is where you're going to learn how to list products everywhere from eBay, Facebook, and Mercari. We talk about finding products or finding trending products via Google Trends and also other methods that don't include you having to pay for extensions. See, all of those drop shippers out there are finessing the freak out of you guys because they trying to tell you, hey, join my e-com and do this, but you're making them rich riding supercars while you're sitting there still trying to figure out how to sell your first product. Because drop shipping is a lie and drop shipping is fake and drop shipping doesn't work. Okay, I'll just say what it is. Drop shipping doesn't work. See, let me tell you something. You DM me, send me a screenshot of somebody that is promoting on YouTube, eBay, TikTok, wherever, promoting a drop shipping business. Show me their drop shipping website. Show me the website that's giving them 6 figures the way they're drop shipping, please. You can't because it doesn't exist. And next, the eBay Comeback Crash Course. This teaches you how to get unbanned, create your LLC, and also avoid getting banned again. Okay, these courses are a little bit more in depth than the guides. Okay, so again, we took our time curating all of this, and lastly, this is something new, and this is something that I am very excited about. Okay, and what the heck is this? This is something I'm very, very excited about. So I'm going to tell you guys what this is. Every week, I'll be having a training, okay? And the way this works is you have to buy a ticket. And this training gives you a bunch of options, okay? We have a training every Monday. And every Thursday is the phone flipping and the product reseller. Now, when you join my community, you get these for free. Okay? Well, not for free because people be like, oh my God, not for free because we have to pay. But you get what I'm saying. You get this already. You get to choose to go to the Tuesday one. You get to choose to go to the Thursday one. Or you can go to both classes or monthly access. Okay? And you can literally join a class. It's going to be a new, fast profit product sheets. With 3 items to sell is the bonus you get. And this week's topic is flipping 3 items that are selling fast on eBay, $60 profits plus. I'm going to do topics such as how to drop ship on Walmart, Best Buy, and different things like that. So definitely check this out and get your ticket to join the class because this is something new that we're trying out and we're doing because we know this is going to help people more effectively. All right. So, guys, that is the update of what I've been up to. I've been going because I've been working. I haven't been going because I'm sitting on my ass. You feel me? I'm hustling. I'm grinding. And it's because I'm so tuned into consistently helping and building my brand, but also building partners with you guys. So thank you to everybody that has supported me in some way. It means a lot to me. Words can't even explain it. And I just really hope that you guys consistently execute to the best of your ability and believe in yourself. Because if nobody's going to believe in you like you believe in yourself. I love you guys. and I will see everybody soon. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm gonna go live tomorrow or the next day, but definitely the videos will be coming. But it's time to get this work. It's just time to get this work in. It's time to get this work in. So thank you guys so much. You guys got this. Stay safe.